Okay, I thought this could be an interesting, just a little quick breakdown of a couple of decisions Mike McDaniel made on Sunday that ended up kind of being the difference in the football game. Where the first one is going to be, this is a very unique play, but it's one I really like, and I've always kind of felt like this is what something, teams should do more often. You do it in Madden, right? So it's cool to see them do it here, where it's a first down and 10. There's only 9 seconds left in the half. So most teams here take a knee going to halftime, right? Some will just run the ball, which I think is the worst strategy because like the chances of you getting in position to do something is basically zero. Why risk a fumble? But there is the other option, which is Miami has a couple of timeouts. Why not basically treat this as a Hail Mary situation, but a Hail Mary situation to potentially get 3 points if you get in field goal range, right? Well, you see, Tua is going to take the snap right here, and he looks down the field. I'm going to have to pause it for a bit just due to copyright reasons, but he looks down the field. I do believe there was a deep route, but also Chargers, they're not going to give you a deep shot down the field. They have 2 safeties playing very far deep here. So Tua instead just hits Jalen Waddle for an easy gain right there, which is, solid. You'll take that. For one thing, hey, passing yards help, right? Help out your stats a little bit. Obviously, that's not a reason to do it, but, it's a nice little perk, I suppose. But the real reason is because, hey, now you're kind of on the outside of Hail Mary range right here. So, kind of ends up being a perfect situation. So, okay, 2 seconds left in the half now in Hail Mary range, and I have to say, the Chargers are going to do something really weird, where they essentially have 4 players who are rushing the passer, kind of. I believe 2 of these guys are kind of, I think this is a situation where you're watching the underneath players and looking around and making sure that they, don't run a route or something, but honestly, with 2 seconds left, if you flip it to the halfback, I don't think you should be that concerned if you're the Chargers right here. So maybe not the biggest reason to worry. I mean, look, as you see, not really rushing the passer too, aggressively. Tua has the time to make this throw if he wants to, which is always part of the Hail Mary situation, is just making sure you have enough time to get the ball down there. As you see, Tua is going to take a shot. It wasn't towards the end zone, but there ends up being a pass interference penalty there, which is just a brutal pass interference. You can't take that. But at the same time, you have to give McDaniel credit for at least trying something here. At the end of the day, kind of my mindset on this stuff is always, yes, there is a low likelihood of something like this happening, with just 9 seconds left, something going right. But there's a chance of it going right. And there's a much higher likelihood that if you throw the ball here and go for it with 9 seconds left, that something good will happen, then that something bad will happen. So at the end of the day, try for it, because more often than not, it's going to help you as opposed to hurt you. Also, this decision, which was actually earlier in the game, but you're in this kind of no man's land situation, outside field goal range at the 42-yard line. That'd be a 59-yarder. You don't want to try that. But also, punting the ball only gets you about, 20, 30 yards of field position. There's some importance to that, but the potential of converting on a first down here, I mean, we're talking about if you convert on this first down, you're basically gaining 4 points of point expectancy, maybe even a little bit more than that, as opposed to punting. And since you're the Dolphins, why not go for it in this situation? As you see, they decide to go for it, and it works out. They're able to pick up the first down. They scored on this drive, and they were able to, they actually got a touchdown on this drive. So those 2 decisions right there put 10 points on the board for the Miami Dolphins in a game where they won by just 2 points. That was kind of the difference there. So why do I always harp on coaches being more aggressive? It can just put a ton of points on the board and turns losses into wins, as it did for the Dolphins. And I have a feeling Mike McDaniel will turn more losses into wins throughout the course of the season. And I didn't even mention how good he was at, the X's and O's and things of that nature. So as a whole, just great stuff from McDaniel.